Hello everybody and welcome back to Memoriapolis, where we are currently working on getting a lot of these structures brought back online. We do need a lot more stone for that to happen, but I mean, we're making 35 per cycle right now. We have a lot of wood on hand, but stone is something that we kind of need an influx of. So this needs stone. Yeah, I'm thinking that maybe we should purchase some. How much would we have to spend to get 1,000? 5,100? Okay, we could maybe trade some sand for that. I want to check before we do any of this. Up over here, what do we need for this? So we need 14,000. We're very close on that. Okay. So we would need tiles, we would need some steel, and we would need a little bit of charcoal, as well as some stone bricks. A big thing that we're going to need is gold. Okay, for the moment, I think we're just going to, well, how many cycles away are we here? Let me pull up a calculator here. So this is going to be 1350, and we have 397, so that means we need 953, and we're gaining 17 per cycle. So divided by 17, not counting our gold beater. So our gold beater uses 15 every 5 cycles, so that would be 3 per cycle. So divided by 14 would be 68 cycles to get this. That's not that bad, actually. Okay, let's just head forward for now. We're probably going to be quite short on, like, our cut stones. I think that's a pretty significant lack there. Let's see, tiles, we would need 392, and we're currently gaining steel at a fairly low rate as well. So that is all understood. I think for the moment, we're just going to advance forward, and we'll let these cycles go on through. We do need to get a lot more gold, but that's fine for the moment. So we're going to need a lot of stone, and we're also building up gold coins, right? So that's going to be a thing as well. We need to figure that we're going to be having a visit soon. So we need more building points, and we need a lot more faction power. So a lot of that faction power will come from repairing these, right? And that's understood. 821 here. This is 934. Build an academy? We can do that, probably. That'd be 500 stone. We can do that next cycle. Although we are lacking some workers to get that done. So we would need approximately 100 workers in total. Okay, we are getting a decent number per cycle. I would really like to build this, and if necessary, we will pause a building to get this built with the 50% cost reduction. Especially considering that does cost some tiles. So that is certainly something to think about here. So up to 112, now 117. If we keep gaining 5 per cycle, I mean, that was only 2. Yeah, it's quite variable how much we gain per cycle. So here's what I'm going to do for now. I'm going to come down here and I'm going to pause like a couple of these down here. So this guy, that'll be fine. And we could pause this guy. That'll put us at 164. And then, like, not this carpentry, but, like, this. That puts us at 172. I expected that to get us all the way there, but there we go. That's 191. Now we can get our academy built, and I'm just going to set that, I don't know, maybe, like, here? That'll be fine. And we'll get that underway. And then we'll get these replenished as soon as we get the workers. So 23, 19, and only 7. Okay, so this one we can probably resume soon. There we go. That was interesting. We had 7 workers, but we couldn't resume this. I guess we can't go to 0. That's odd. But okay, sure. So that's reasonably fine. This is 17 workers here. We'll have the workers to resume that very, very shortly. And we're working on building up our stone reserves again. Building up stone is going to be very important here. We're also building up our gold coins, and to that end, if we wanted to buy our way into this, well, I think we wait until we have the gold first, and then we see what we need. That's the idea. So back down over here, we can resume this soon. 19 workers here. Theoretically in the next cycle. Definitely in the next cycle now. Okay, so we'll resume this guy. That'll be wonderful. And 23 workers over here. So that looks good for the moment. We'll get all of that back online. And this is online up over here now. Perfect. So that's giving us some creativity and some esteem. Or rather, that's belonging. Okay. We definitely need that. And we're very, very interested in building this guy, right? We need gold leaves for that, and we need bricks as well. 367 bricks. Let's see here. It would be really good to get that built. So we would need about 130 bricks, which would be quite expensive. And while we're at it, we would need a few tiles and gold leaves as well. I'm actually just going to straight up buy these bricks. We could buy gold leaves here. How many total do we need? 294, so we need like 80. That'll cost 1406. Done. So there's that, and then we would need some tiles. Now, we don't currently have anybody that sells tiles. We'd have to unlock, like, Colm down here. And we could probably do that. We could sell off potentially... Well, we can't sell wood right now. We could sell off wood eventually, though. Okay, let's get this guy restored. There we go. And can we restore this? Not quite yet. It's getting pretty close, though. Some of these we can almost certainly restore. So we'll get that one going. That'll be perfect. Once that is restored, we will get that ready to go. And all we need here is 218 workers now. I mean, that's a lot of workers. But I think we should pause things and get it done sooner rather than later. So I'm going to pause this one, and I'm going to pause this one. So we're going to put that up somewhere around over... Where's the road connection? Out on that side? Okay, noted. So it would need to be, I don't know, somewhere around here. The idea behind this is we want to get this going so that we have our politics, right? So esteem, we should go for belonging and creativity here. Okay, so 109, we can get this one restored fairly soon. Get that back online. And then this guy, of course, that's going to be 190 workers. We should probably prioritize... We could prioritize this. Yes, we accept this. We need more faction power. So that is absolutely fine. And if we check in here, we can see our building points are perhaps at this coin. It's hard to tell. Our faction power, not so much. What can we do to boost our faction power? Well, we can build more buildings for that faction, right? So this will, I think, theoretically help that, but this isn't a cultural building. So it might not actually help the factions. It will definitely help us out over this way, though. So that'll be very good. Okay, so these over here, one thing that I'm wondering here, there was a thing here. Passive generation of trade routes. There was a thing that gave us extra gold from trade routes every time we actually traded. But I don't actually see that now. That might have been a... that might have been an era effect. Regardless, we're making a decent number of gold coins, and I'm not too concerned about that. So that's fine for the moment. This guy is going to need to be restored. That's understood. And all of these are too. We're in a worker deficit right now. So we're going to have our politics online very, very shortly. That is a very good thing, because we need to be working on a lot of our satisfactions, right? And that's a very good way to do that. So we're currently at 3 cycles until this is online, and we'll have a very similar amount of time frame until this is done. Ooh, they want us to create one of these. 210 workers for that. It's a big worker deficit, but I think we do it. I do think that we should do this. We're very close. So that'll be fine. We'll get that going as soon as possible. Now, our politics are done. So we can currently have 2 decrees, and what do we want to go for? Well, what are we lowest on? The answer is belonging and creativity. So that's what we should go for. Belonging is here. 15 gold coins per cycle. Noted. That's a little more expensive. So that's absolutely fine. What is this button? It doesn't seem to do anything. There's no tooltip for it. So, okay. We're going to get some belonging satisfactions going here. Huh. It didn't immediately go. Wait. Did they turn it down? We don't appear to be able to run this at this point. This button might have messed something up. So to that end, we can go into here and we can go for creativity satisfaction. I'm just going to press that button and let's see what happens. We're going to run it 1 cycle. There we go. Interesting. It doesn't seem to do anything. So I guess we'll propose book printing now. Decree accepted. The majority of the senators voted for it. Okay. So that is united in prayer. But it didn't take our gold coins. Okay, so that's different. Fascinating. That is quite a lot different. Okay, so we're at 206 right now. We need to build this, right? That's what's being requested at this time. So we can definitely do that. That'll go somewhere out over here. Should be fine. And that, of course, puts us in a pretty big worker deficit. This isn't surprising. We knew that we would get into a worker deficit. So we're going to get this going, and in terms of what we need to upgrade our Renaissance Chief Town, we need cut stones, 490 of those. So we're getting close-ish on that. Our tiles we're pretty far behind on, and our steel we're also fairly far behind on. So that's noted. And our charcoal is actually getting kind of close. So a faction installation down over here. Yes, we accept that. Okay, checking in here. We're going to have a visit very soon. Our building points are way higher than they need to be now. Our faction power is lagging very slightly behind, but not very behind. Let's turn this on. There we go. And we're going to continue to work on turning these back on eventually. So faction power is still a little behind here. I want to check up over here and see if we can get this repairing. Not quite yet. We need stone. Okay. What about this guy? This we could repair. And I accept that. So we're going to get that going. What's this up over here? This forge and this gold beater just became inactive for some reason. I don't know why. It's clearly worker related in some regard. But we didn't get their workers either, I don't think. Interesting. Well, we can resume the forge, which we definitely need. The gold beater we don't need quite as badly. So we'll wait on that one. So that seems fine for the moment. And we're working on getting these repairs finished up out over here. It'll happen eventually. So it's very interesting that it didn't take our coins when we did this. Presumably because the senators voted for it. That's very interesting. I still don't understand if that was something that happened because I clicked that second button. It might be, for all I know. So, sure. For the time being, this seems absolutely fine, and we're at 32 workers, so we could definitely resume our gold beater. And that brought us up to 106 workers. What? I'll take it. So this is going to be 96 workers here. This is going to be 122, and of course this is 190. We need a lot more workers. Yes, we have an upcoming visit. That's absolutely understood. So we're going to get this going at this juncture. That seems good. Faction power is high enough, so we should actually get all of our coins now. Excellent. So this is 190, and this is 122 workers. We have a big worker deficit up over there, which means that generally speaking, we're probably not too interested in getting additional structures built, right? So we're most interested right now in terms of building things. We're most interested in upgrading this. We're very, very close on our cut stones, and our tiles are at 175 out of 392, and our steel is at 111 out of 294. That's a long ways away. Our charcoals are much closer, so we should think about buying, like, steel and tiles in that case. So steel would be here, and we would be interested in buying how many of them? Like, at least 150. That's quite a bit of gold. So that is certainly noted. I'm also interested in unlocking, like, all of these. So to that end, I kind of want to come up to here. I'm going to sell 1,000 wood, and I'm going to sell 1,000 clay here. They can't quite buy that much. Okay, so like 925. This is fine. We're going to do that, and that is going to get that going. So that's excellent. And now what I want to do is I want to go through and unlock some of these. So we can see that, like, this one's fairly cheap, and that would be 16 coins per 5 cycles. So we'll get that one going. This one is 2,600. This one's 2,800. 16 coins per 5 cycles. This is about generating more coins at this point. So that's all relatively fine for now. And that looks good. Okay, so that seems fine. And we're interested in getting additional tiles and additional steel, right? But for the time being, there's only so much that we can do there. If we wanted to buy this, that would be 2,600 coins. I would rather spend those coins on unlocking additional trade routes, I feel like. Now, we're currently going to be finishing up our creativity and belonging here very, very soon. And we definitely need to continue to work on that. No doubt about that. We're at 59 workers at this moment. Ah. So they want to purchase this. We do it. That's fine. They can have that. So that's absolutely wonderful, and that's 1264. We've almost got enough stone to repair this, so that looks great. We're going to be finished with United in Prayer right now, so that means that we should launch another one of these. So what are we lowest on? We're lowest on Belonging and Esteem. Okay, so for right now, we should launch United in Prayer, which we cannot do right now because it's on cooldown. Okay, for 0 cycles. So I guess we need to run one more cycle. There we go. There's one cycle. And United in Prayer. Perfect. So, if this is going to... Well, I still want it to be short. I click this button first, and let's see what happens. Okay, now we need to do the other one. So the other one at this point should be Esteem. So Esteem is, I believe, down here. That's Health. Increased Migration. Interesting. That's very good to know. I still want Esteem for right now. So let's submit these to the Senate, and that should be fine. I do want to get this repaired. 1264 stone. We've probably just about got enough. Decree accepted. Fantastic. And let's get this finished up. Excellent. This was 50-50, but I guess we were the tiebreaker. Okay. So that sounds good for now. We're going to continue to increase those satisfactions. Sounds great. We need to get caught up on our satisfactions, right? That is a pretty significant thing that needs to happen at this juncture. So that seems fine for the moment. We're at 15k inhabitants, and we need a lot more workers. That's for sure. So at this point, if we wanted to upgrade this guy, 392, I think we're going to wait until we have the charcoals, and then we'll see what we need from there. So we're pretty close on that. That'll be fine. And I'd like to continue to get these repaired, but we have a worker deficit at this moment, and that's going to continue to be the case for a little while here. It's problematic for sure. So this is 22 workers, we'll get that going. This is then going to be 122 workers, and we'll get that back as soon as we have the workers. So that seems relatively fine. And I want to check in here. Yeah, so we got all of the coins here. That looks great. And our satisfactions are cruising forward. We're doing well on resource points and population satisfaction. Our building points are getting close to the next evaluation already, and the faction power is getting there as well. So that looks absolutely great. And we've got a lot of work to do yet here. No doubt about that. So I kind of want to unlock more of these trade routes to get more passive income coming in. That would be a very, very good thing. So which would we be interested in? This is 13. This is the highest. So we would grab that one for now. That's going to net us more passive gold income, which we do have a decent amount of passive gold income. I just noticed we are net negative on food. We need to do something about that. So this is small farm level 3, this is level 3, and this is level 3. So we would have to upgrade these to a level 4. That's a lot of workers. And we would need to unlock this guy. Okay. Can we have more fields? No, it's still set to just 12 fields. Okay, so we only need to upgrade one of these, or we could build another small farm level 3. We have room down here, and I feel like that would be the better way to go at this moment because it would mobilize fewer workers. So I think we would put in another small farm somewhere around, like, here. That is very slow to turn. But somewhere around here. We'll get that going. So that's fine for now. The idea here is we wanted to mobilize as few workers as possible for this, while still bringing ourselves back positive in food. So we're just going to stick to the level 3 farms for right now. This one will get upgraded up. And it'll take it a little while. Okay, powder factory. Sounds good. So we have enough at this point to replenish this worker force. That looks good. And then we're going to need 190 workers over here. We'll need a few workers for this farm as well. So that is absolutely understood. We'll get this upgraded to a small farm level 2 immediately. And then we're probably going to take it to a level 3. That's going to be overkill on the food, and that's fine. We can see that we are now doing fairly well on our esteem, so that's good. But we need more work on all of this, and that's not at all surprising. So we're just waiting the 5 cycles here. That'll be okay. Cool. So we're at 390 right now. I just clicked away from that. I'm not sure what that was. Was that a faction demand? No, I don't see one anyway. So that's fine for now. Up over this direction, we're very, very interested in getting this upgraded, right? So we need a little bit of charcoal for this. One more cycle here will get us the charcoal. Now what we need is 392 tiles. So we need like 100-ish tiles and like 100-ish steel, like 120 of each. So if we wanted to buy 120 tiles and 120 steel, what would that look like? About 2,000 here. We could sell some of our raw iron, so like 500 of that, and that would be reasonably fine. And then if we wanted to get steel here, we'd need roughly 120 of that as well. And in exchange, we could sell some of our gold. I'd sell maybe like 500 of that, and then some sand as well, maybe like 750 of that. Done. So something like that, and now, of course, we can do this. Start of election. Okay, so a faction is going to get elected. Noted. So we're going to go ahead and bump this up. There we go. Seems good. And of course, we need 190 workers over here. But back down on this small farm, we're going to want to upgrade this guy, but we need tiles for that. Okay. For now, a small farm level 2 is probably enough for us. Probably enough once it gets its fields built. So that should be okay. Ah, they want to purchase a Malus over here. Yes, that is absolutely fine. We are delighted by that. So we're up to 103 workers at this point, and we are very interested in getting to 190. No doubt about that. The election is currently happening, and the vacant post of treasurer is the target of an election. Okay, so if we go in here, we can see that that is currently up for election, and we're going to have more of these up for election constantly. So what are we interested in doing here? Well, it doesn't really matter, I don't think. I think it's fine. I don't actually want to interfere in that. At least not for the moment. So, 2 more cycles on this field. We should be... Okay, we now have access to the French garden. Sure. We should be net positive on our food very, very shortly here. In theory, anyway. We're still net negative a little bit, but we do need to get our decrees going here. So, at this point, we could certainly go for belonging and creativity, and I think that's indeed exactly what we're going to do. So, available decrees here, this would be United in Prayer. Oh, we still are on cooldown. 1 more cycle. There we go. So, we would get United in Prayer, and we'd submit that. And then it would be... Let's see, we needed creativity, right? So that would be in here. Book printing. Okay, we'll submit that to the Senate. That'll be fine. Excellent. So those should pass, or hopefully will pass. Ooh, what's this up here? Expanding the territory? Yes. Decree accepted? Excellent. And decree accepted. Perfect. So that looks very good. We're going to be continuing to increase our belonging and creativity here. That is absolutely excellent. We're still not net positive on our food yet. We'll see when that gets there. What do we need to upgrade this? 56 tiles? Okay. So that's fine. We'll get there soon enough. Excellent. So this is going to proceed for a while here. And what do we need to upgrade our next level of Renaissance City Center? The answer is we need wooden beams, we need bricks, and we need gold leaves. That's actually not too bad. We'll let that work for the time being. Okay, a building is running out of resources. That's this cutting camp here. So this is a level 2 cutting camp. We're going to pause that. I don't think it's worth demolishing. 499 gold. I'd rather spend that on other things. So for the moment, we're just going to pause that, and we're going to move this cutting camp to be like out over here, or maybe out here, actually. I see as the peak here about 8440. Sure, do it. So we'll get that underway. Excellent. We are almost through our worker malice at this point, and that is looking absolutely phenomenal. So we're currently very slightly net positive on food as we get these farms online. Cool. So that seems good, and we need 190 workers to get this done. It is about time to put a cut in here. Before I do that, I want to get this cutting camp upgraded to a level 2 cutting camp. So we're going to do that, and hopefully also get this guy unpaused. That would be ideal, but it is time to put that cut in here. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and next episode, we're going to get this unpaused and back to work, and we'll start getting more of these replenished now that we are through our worker deficit. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Dark Horse, Ethan Feldman, Upper Cumberland Gamers, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, The Lounge STL, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.